Hey there folks, today we're going to talk about data and the wisdom of crowds. To start off, let's talk about a little factoid that's making the rounds on the internet lately. You know that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Where they have the possibility of trying three things if you don't know the answer to the question. You can phone a friend, you can ask an expert, or you can poll the crowd, the audience. Well, someone crunched the numbers recently and found that the audience as a whole got the answer right about 91% of the time. 91%! That meant that somehow, even though quite possibly absolutely no one in the audience actually knew the answer, together they got it right. That just blows my mind. It's fascinating and quite wonderful, I think. Quite lovely. It gives me hope that together as a species, despite what we've seen before, together we are actually smarter, as opposed to what it seems like, which is together we are stupider. A person is great, but people are awful. That kind of thing. Now, this demonstrates this principle, the wisdom of crowds. But of all people, Microsoft has come up with a interesting way to use that. To use it not just to answer questions, but to predict the future. They have this application that people download, and they basically want to find out what people think is going to happen on some event in the future. And they found that if they get enough, and remember, they're only figuring out what people think is going to happen in the future, they're getting some pretty accurate results. Now, I have to throw in that this is Microsoft, and they're often delusional, but it's a fascinating concept, actually. Could you apply this wisdom of crowds factor to predicting the future? Maybe. I've thought for a while that, the more intelligent a creature is, the more, let's start with Larry Niven's Protector series. In it, a human gets elevated, and he becomes hyper-intelligent. So intelligent that it looks to us regular people like he has psychic powers of precognition. Just like to a child, it looks like adults have super heroic powers of prediction. Now, it could be then that if we amass enough of us in the right way, we become that hyper-intelligent person. And so, even though individually we're not, hyper-intelligent, we can form this hyper-intelligence simply with the right kind of connectivity. Now put that in your intellectual pipe and smoke it. It's just a mind-boggling thought. It means that we could have this intelligence spike. Not spike is. We could reach a point where we all have access to a mind far, far superior to ours, and that said mind is made up of us. Imagine how that would potentially spur growth in human endeavor. We would be able to think better than we ever have before. And yet it only works if everyone participates in it. Or at least enough people participate in it. I think that we might pass some kind of horizon, intelligence horizon in the future, where the curve that we already know is going upwards in human progress. You know, we improve faster than we ever have before, and even the rate of improvement is faster than ever before. Well, we might reach a point that makes that look like a flat line. That is the kind of singularity I can believe is possible. That's some food for thought for today. Will we pass the intelligence horizon? Will the availability of interconnectivity and extremely rich data sets that we can process incredibly deeply turn the human race as a whole into a hyper-intelligent creature the likes of which we have never seen before? And will that be what I write about when NaNoWriMo comes around in about a month? Stay tuned. I will talk to all you nice people tomorrow. Bye-bye.